Namaste. Welcome to Sipping on Stories podcast, where we welcome women healers all around the world to join us with warm cups and deep thoughts. So today's first episode and our first guest is Alisa, joining us from Dubai, and she has been a world traveler for the last 18 years, where one day she decided to quit her job and pursue sound healing full time. So today she's going to talk to us about what sound healing is all about, her journey and the benefits of sound healing, and of course some of the equipments that are used in sound healing as well. So without further ado, we'll get into the episode, but before that, please like and subscribe so we can spread some love. Thank you. Awesome. Hi, Alisa. Thank you for joining us today, and welcome to Sipping on Stories. Today I think it's a lovely day for you, isn't it? Are you joining us from Dubai? Is that right?
Yes, I'm from Dubai. Yes,
That's
nice to
nice.
meet
Oh,
you both.
yeah, nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. And I've got a cup of mine, so I can sip away and listen to the stories you have for me today. And what have you got today for us?
Bubble tea, but very low sugar.
Is that bubble tea?
hmm
Nice. Okay, awesome. All right. So anyway, how are you doing? How was your day so far?
My day just start actually, and today after this session in the afternoon, I will go for the sound healing session to one of the event. It's like an internal event.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
so
You
I'm
know,
kind of excited about it. Yeah.
yeah, that's great. I know that we are kind of, come here today to talk about your sound healing
Mhm.
and what is sound healing and what your experience has been with sound healing. But I also know that you have been a world traveler. You were ex-crew and traveling and flying across the world.
Yeah.
So how was that like for you? Do you miss that?
Actually, I'm already done my part. I've been flying for 18 years, and every time I always go out, I always do a lot of things that are time limited, but I always do something, experience paragliding, skydiving, and all this thing. And I think it's my chapter is already finished in that part. Yeah, I don't really miss flying at all because since the pandemic hit and everything completely changed, traveling like that is maybe it's not really that safe anymore in some certain point. Yeah, and yeah, just now it's start my journey as spiritual way of doing it. That is also unlimited as well, the same as traveling like normally in the world, but in a spiritual way. So it's kind of different and also like very interesting. And I'm still learning about it.
Yeah, wow, that's wonderful. Look, I think your journey is really
Mm,
inspiring. And, as you know, that sound healing has been practiced for so many years and it's been going on. It's been,
yeah.
a long tradition, you would agree. But,
Mm,
and people don't have enough evidence to support this, and there's very little evidence. So I'm sure that in your experience, in your day to day, you do come across people who have heard about sound healing, but they're kind of skeptical about it. So they kind of believe like it's maybe a placebo effect. So how do you kind of respond to these people, or what do you have to tell them about it?
Well, but actually, it's a lot of the scientific like experiments that sound is can lift us our mood. For example, in a daily life, you don't need to talk about lab tests or anything, but when you wake up, you listen to the song or the music or something in the morning. You heard birds chirping outside and remind you so much of your childhood. This kind of thing is uplift our life, right? Or even like listen to one of the sad song, you'd be not even heartbroken or anything, but you just be into it, you know? And I think it's not really placebo effect for sure. And since for our body, when we start like in mother's womb, one sense that develop first is ears. From the beats, we turn to be like beats, like a bean. That is ear first, the sense of hearing.
Mm.
Yeah, but definitely it's not placebo effect, but sound healing will work if people embrace and open-minded about it too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Mm.
I agree, when you talked about different sounds and the kind of emotion it creates in
Yeah.
your body, and I totally get that because I can relate to it. Especially when
Hmm.
you have listened to a particular song, maybe that brings back happy memories and you suddenly
Yeah.
feel really happy about it. Or maybe a sad song, as you said, and I was just made a crying face there.
Yeah.
So it can really trigger
Everything
those
is about
emotions.
sounds. Yeah, it's trigger everything. And also it's a good thing and also the bad thing is daily life. The
Mm,
moment we wake up, it's all about sounds, all about energy, all the five senses. We can hear, smell, touch, feel, all the things. So I think it's all come together.
yeah.
Yeah, at this daily life. Yeah.
Yeah, this really interesting. And I also know that,
Uh,
the sound healing can also have a lot of effect on you in terms of healing you, because um,
mhm, mhm,
I know, I've heard from a lot of friends, and I've gone through a lot of healing myself. I've experienced a lot of healing, and sound healing is, I kind of, I have experienced sound healing as well, and it's been immensely, very, very nice and soothing for myself. But
yeah.
would you say that it is an alternative to traditional medicine? Do you think that if people are wanting to get into sound healing, should they, or if they are in onto a medical journey as well, should sound healing be a complementary to it? Or do you think that sound healing can completely replace the traditional medicine?
I think it's one part of the package.
Mm,
When people start to healing journey, it's supposed to connect it body, mind, and soul together.
mm,
I still believe in the modern time medicinal, treatment for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But these are sound healing that create the frequencies and kind of like helping us in an emotionally and spiritually way. So they're supposed to be all together,
Mm,
especially when people they struggling with the sleep, like with they cannot sleep properly, or anxiety, or stress, tension. So the sounds can like soothing them and then leading them, and also like tranquilize their brain waves to getting more like in the theta mode, the meditation mode. Let's say, yeah. So I don't really think that people should rely on one thing. You know what I mean? Have to
right.
be everything all together.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like just to have that holistic experience. So you would say that continue what you're
Hmm.
doing, but add sound healing into your, into your journey of whatever you're doing on the side. But this is going to complement your healing and add to it really to
Yes,
accelerate it.
it's complimenting for sure, but it doesn't mean that they will like suit, suitable for everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Mm, mm,
Because some people they like they get along with something that upbringing them like the pictures, for example, arts or
mm,
something they can touch. So like, but when people like very into sound and they feel good about it, this is alternatives for them.
mm. Yeah, I
And
think that
also
that's
like sound create a lot of, yeah, they create the frequency, and also like like also like in the term of energy
mm,
in spiritual way is kind of like boost the positive energy and all the things.
mm,
I don't know how to explain, but people need to feel it.
mm,
It's not really super miracle or anything, but just have to be open minded and embrace it,
mm,
and then you do it that way. Yeah.
mm.
But of course, it's not everyone cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that anyone who's getting into any form of healing, whether
Mm.
it's sound healing or any form of it, of course, they need to be
Yeah.
consistent with it, of course, but have the kind of faith
Yes.
and believe that it's going to work for them. Would you agree? Would that would be a big part of it
Not
too?
really like I cannot. The thing is, when I'm doing a session, keep session to people, I
Mm,
won't say that you have to be, you will get this, you will get that, or you will experience this and that.
mm,
We cannot, I cannot really like pushing all information to people. But one thing I can guarantee you, at least make you feel relaxed,
mm, yeah,
relax, and then happier and all these things. This is the first benefit.
mm.
Yeah, the good sound healing supposed to make you relax.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to say this because I've been through some of the bad ones before, and I don't even want to think about it. because of course before into like training myself, I have to join many sessions as well to see like how people doing and how myself react. So I can tell you like I do the job properly, but it's not about just knocking the instrument. It's about you connecting yourself into like instruments. This is part of me,
Yeah.
and like take responsibility to play it very harmonizingly, smoothly, and checking on people as well,
Hmm.
and
I
protect
agree.
energy.
I think that this is a good segue to kind of get into the instruments that you use and what sort of instruments you use. Maybe you can talk about one or
Yes,
two today for our audience, and because not a lot of the viewers or audience would have seen what kind of equipment gets used in sound healing. So maybe if you can talk to us about it.
yes. Yeah, I'm specialized in a Tibetan singing bowl.
Mhm.
That it's all this. We have seven of them, so represent seven chakras in our body, and they create the frequency. Okay, let me do this. And yeah, and then I have seven of them,
Wow.
different sizes. So when they connecting the frequency, they will connect to each other, and you keep doing it for around like 2 minutes.
Hmm.
And I also like represent like nature sound because especially in Dubai, like it's a big city, everyone in a rush and stress. So like represent this all like it is African beat. You're doing it, close your eyes. You feel like, oh, what is that? What's going on? During the session, everyone needs to close their eyes and then lay down in a comfortable position. Yeah.
Hmm.
If some people, if they prefer like to sit, then they can do it as well. And this is also my gong.
Hmm.
This, yeah. And let me do this. I have to stick. This is I mean, like if you hear the sounds, it's like a sonic boom, like this
Hmm.
the
Yes.
woofer
Yes,
going
it does.
around, around, around. Yeah, can you feel it?
I
And
can, and I think it's incredible. So, you know, you showed me like three
it's
instruments,
like a
and
portal.
a
For
lot of
me,
yeah,
it's like a portal.
it is. I would agree. And the Tibetan singing bowl that you just showed us,
Yes,
that's quite common.
yes.
Everyone knows what a Tibetan singing bowl is, of course. But
Mhm.
and you said that it represents the seven chakras. But so how does
Yes.
it actually work? So how does it interact with like a human's energetic field, and what kind of benefits can one can get from it?
Because they create the frequencies, right? You can feel from here. And because our body contains with a lot of water, 75% at least. So if I demonstrate that I cannot do now, I don't have water. So you put water and then knock it. You will see the water dancing inside. So it's exactly the same as our body react.
Right.
And all the seven of the singing bowls, they create different frequencies,
Mm,
different sounds. So that's why it represents everything chakra because in the ancient world they believe that all of these frequencies is kind of like stimulate each part of our body of seven
mm.
chakras.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
sorry, what is the instrument that you use second? Well, you said it has a lot of African beats to it. What is it called again?
Well, actually, I forgot the exactly the name because it's I just call African beads because all this is from Africa, actually, but they have specific names. So when you close your eyes, you will feel like sound like a bird. Some people think it sounds like a water. you know.
Wow, it's amazing.
It's bringing us to be grounded, feeling like, oh, we really connect to the nature
Hmm. Hmm.
because our body actually we born to connect it to the mother nature,
Hmm.
but we live in the city, we live in the concrete jungle that sometimes we lose connection, especially in
Hmm.
Dubai. We don't have a lot of trees or park or anything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And grounding is very important. Very important. I agree.
it's
Hmm.
very important no matter what. It doesn't mean that we need to be in like outside all the times, but grounding is about we need to be stillness and awareness what we're doing right now, right?
Hmm.
Connecting with our breathing and all this to be aware, like the power of now.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yes.
is
And
that
I
is about
think
that.
one kind of tip I would give the audience is to, if you haven't read
Mm.
Power of Now, you should actually go and read it. It's an amazing book. Yeah.
We don't get commission for that, but it's very amazing book and it's very practical in this modern world. Yeah,
Hmm.
it just recognize and awareness what we have right now, what we are doing right now.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, the stress, worrying, and everything
Hmm.
because of the future, or comparing ourselves or worried about the past as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I
but if we
agree.
do, I think I want to say like, but if we really embrace the moment of now, that what are we doing right now, and enjoy the best and do the best out from it. And I think it's going to be much more amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, awesome. And what about the gong? Like, it had a very different sound to the other two instruments you played. And what are
Yes.
some of the benefits you do get playing a gong? For,
Well, I do it because of it's more widened
hmm,
the frequency.
hmm,
Yeah. But they complement each other with a singing bowl.
right.
Normally, I practice a lot with when I'm doing meditation as well. I will
Hmm,
sit in front of it for 1 hour and never like the other room people like, oh, what are you doing, but I'm in the front, I don't feel anything, but it's just create a lot of I don't know, like a very soothing frequency, like circle on the floor.
hmm. Wow, that's
I don't
amazing.
know how to explain it. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and
they
thank you for
all like
sharing
close
and showing
together.
us. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you're
thank you so much.
welcome.
And
Yeah, but it's a lot of things to talk actually because into all this, it's like it's very deep.
yeah, I would
Yeah,
understand that, and I think not a lot of people would know about sound healing. Maybe some of them do, but I think I hope this episode, helps our audience kind of open up to what sound healing is and venture into it a little bit more. And everyone these days is kind of professionally burnt out. They're doing the 9 to 5s. They don't have time to get out
yeah,
into the nature and do the grounding work they need to, or connect with the nature more. So I think sound healing is a perfect avenue for such individuals to kind of
mm,
explore it. And,
yes,
I would also
mm,
love you to share some of your client stories as well. How has it benefited some of
yeah,
your
sure.
clients, and what kind of changes have they seen? And I think I'm sure our audiences would love some real life
Mm.
examples.
When before I start, I have to say it about myself first because I'm the person who's suffering with grounding myself since I'm traveling nonstop. Sometimes I'm traveling for 7 days. Woke up, I don't even know where am I right now, and it's going on and on and on, and until I'm getting to like kind of anxiety, but not that much. But I lose sense of myself. Let's say, looking for like life and everything. What is it for? And then one day I went to one of the session, like a sound healing in one of the events, big event in Dubai, in a big hall room, and close like all the dark. After finish the session, I get up and I'm feeling like, wait, something that when we worry, it's like sad, it's heavy here. It lift. It's so light. After I get up and I'm feeling like, oh my God, what's going on? What happened to me? Why is not heavy anymore? yeah, but some of the clients that I deal with, like maybe few people once a while they cry as well because I think they have a lot of tension themselves,
Mm.
suppress emotion. Many of them cry, but in a good way. You know what I mean? Cry because
Yes.
oh my God, it's beautiful. They get emotion. They remind them something flashback
Mm.
of their own when they're young with the parents or when they're married. Can be anything. The nature sounds we're talking about the African beat. One of the clients told me like, oh my God, remind me so much when I'm on a honeymoon with my husband. I was walking on a beach with him and hold hand and all this. So like it create a lot of flashback memories to
Yeah.
people. Yeah, and I really like it because it's for up to individuals and it's very good to talk to people and they're sharing the journey to me. Yeah, I think it's the most the best thing
Mm.
from what I'm doing right now. Yeah, they're sharing, they're open-minded, whatever. Like some people, it doesn't mean they will come because they're already happy. Many people also like they seek peace. They're
Mm.
looking for something to helping them. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I won't really go in the like so supernatural or anything.
Mm.
But the best benefit is make you relax.
Yeah.
And at least lighter and then happier
Mm.
in something. Yeah.
Wow, that's so beautiful,
That's a
Alisa.
long
Thank you.
story. A lot,
Thank you so much
a
for
long
sharing.
story.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's
Uh,
also very humbling when you listen to people's journey and their experiences, and it's a
yeah.
very difficult world out there. You have to deal with a lot of external things, and you carry a baggage, of your emotions. And I feel like, with today's sessions, some of my baggage just got lifted because of you playing some of your instruments. So it was quite mesmerizing. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Really
But
appreciate
I
it.
recommend also, I already recommend also, not because of this, and also it's a lot of thing in YouTube
Hmm.
that people they can listen and play it on and on in their house as well. And
Yeah,
it is free, why not?
yeah.
Mm.
Is there any particular YouTube video that you would recommend? I'll of course link it.
Yes, I remember they have one channel. I will send you a link. I think it's called one channel is called meditation and healing.
Hmm.
And I realized that one of the video clip that is like 4 hours something. It's kind of
Hmm.
like make me happier and play in a room like an empty room in the house. I'm feeling like oh the energy it seems like oh that lighter and
Wow.
happier. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah I'll let you know.
Great. I will link it in the description below for our audiences so they can, kind of tune into it and enjoy the blissfulness it has to offer. Thank you so much, Alisa, for your time today. With
Thank
this,
you,
we have
Cesarine.
to wrap up the podcast. But I hope that, some audiences and viewers were able to connect with what sound healing is and were able to, open up to it. And I hope that they can go and explore some of the benefits, it has to offer. So
Mm.
thank you so much for coming
Yes.
today and joining me on Sipping on
Thank
Stories.
you, Cesarine.
That
Thank
was
you,
great.
everyone.
Yeah, so cheers to you with your bubble tea, and I wish
Yes.
you all the best for the day and for the future as well again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye bye.